All right, everyone. So we have a big match that is reportedly going to be taking place on Raw's debut on Netflix. This is from Cultaholic Wrestling. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk is reportedly planned for WWE's Raw debut on Netflix. Source Chris Prolific. So according to this, CM Punk, Seth Rollins on Raw's debut. Now, obviously, they've been hinting at this, so this isn't necessarily shocking news, but it is shocking news to hear that it's going to be on the first episode of Raw because people would think it would happen on a pay per view, but clearly this is going to be something that happens on that Monday Night Raw. Now, this is something we got to all keep our eyes on because remember, one of the best parts of wrestling and one of the things that increases excitement times 1,000 is when the crowd is into it. When the crowd in the arena is into it, the viewer watching at home gets more into it. And I think this is why, especially for that first episode, you're going to get a bunch of people who don't normally watch WWE watching the first episode of Raw because there's going to be interest of it going to Netflix, and Netflix will be heavily promoting it. People are going to be tuning in. And so if you have matches that nobody cares about, a first time viewer may be like, well, I'm out. I'm not going to watch this anymore. But if they can put on a show and everybody's super into it, I think that will be what they're looking for. They're trying to, part of the Netflix deal certainly has to do with international, right? Growing the brand internationally. But I also think it has something to do with going to where viewers are at. The problem is when you're on USA Network or when you're on regular TV, as they have been, there are so many things, that as you're okay, you go on to the TV, you start watching something and you go, okay, I don't know if I'm going to watch Raw. I've never seen it before. You just might not be watching it, and you have to be right at that time. You got to be watching it. There are so many factors that keep you from watching on normal television. Whereas on Netflix, when you have it right there, so people go to Netflix and they say, "Oh, what's this Raw thing? We'll watch it." Or you have all the pay-per-views and other things that are going to be along with it. It allows them to reach an audience of people who haven't yet really embraced wrestling. And so it certainly is an international audience that they're going for and making it easier for those people to watch Raw. But it's also reaching people where they're at, because I just think sometimes when you turn on the TV, you're more looking to find something that you already want to watch. It's less nowadays where people go on to regular television to watch things just to say, oh, we'll just see what's on, because there is Netflix, there is Amazon Prime Video, there is, all these different streaming services, YouTube, other things. So people they're using those as kind of the outlets to find something to watch versus normal TV. And so I think this is going to be great for this discovery for WWE. And a match like Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, which the crowd is going to be so into, is important. So I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of more big announcements coming.